And I think we are live. Sorry for the delay, everyone. There is a crazy storm going on and my internet is really bad. So if it drops out, it's not me. It's not my fault. Just let anyone come in. Evening, sunny. Oh, I have not got enough time to do Tag Team Arena. I made it. I don't know what's going on with the internet, but it's crazy windy and stormy, so I think that might have something to do with it. It doesn't look I'm getting too many dropped frames. Just have a look. Seems alright. Alright for now. If it tweaks out, it wasn't me. Hey. Check it's working on my phone. And now we play the inevitable wait till reset game. I should pay the electric bill, really. Probably couldn't afford it even if I tried. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. In the last hour or so, it started to get pretty lively outside. I know for this stream, the main theme is definitely going to be gear cleansing, because we've got a lot to do. But I will do Grim Forest and a bit of live arena sprinkled in the mix as well. I've been trying all evening to make the live chat appear on stream so you guys can see it on the screen as well, but for some reason it's not having it. So your chats will not be published to the world. Not this time, maybe next time. Yes, for anyone just joining, I'm just killing time waiting for the reset, which is in about 11 minutes. All right, Steve, welcome. So yes, killing some time. Then we'll do Grim Forest, a bit of live arena, and the rest of it is going to be gear cleansing. See, lots of people watched my gear cleansing game video, which is good. I finished recording the next part today. That might even be out tomorrow for the accessory lovers. It was a much harder video to do because, well, accessories have a whole different set of rules. Like a whole different set of rules. And trying to squeeze it in under like an hour was crazy. I think it's going to be about 20-25 minutes long. Greetings. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, exactly. For every rule, Steve, I was trying to make the most broad stroke video possible, but even I had to break some of my own rules to actually get the point across. But in very typical kind of raid fashion, watching me roll them was quite funny because it went really badly. Anytime I wanted a certain stat, obviously I got the other one. But that is Gear Rolling Shadow Legends, the Pain Edition. Fusion, the current Fusion, I don't know. I am not overly impressed, if I'm honest. But I'm going for her because it's the new faction. If it wasn't the new faction, I don't think I'd be spending any of my resources on it. I haven't got any like love for Assassin's Creed. I've never really played them for more than a few hours. But it's a cool kit. Like what she's doing is very, very cool. But it, to me, looks a little bit like she's trying to do a bit too much. In a weird way, it kind of reminds me of the doorstop guy. Was it Granite Doorkeep? That Fusion, where I thought really good champion, but what are you actually trying to be? Like every one of her skills feels like it fits in a different part of the game. And I worry that she's going to be incredibly stat hungry to build and not a lot of return. But I find it very hard to judge a Fusion until I actually get to use them. Because watching some of the other content creators, like they've got such cracked out gear that they could pretty much make a rare champion seem really good. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm certainly not excited by the Fusion. Especially if we consider this time last year, we were midway through the Mad Hatter Fusion. And that was a much more all-round utility kind of champion. Whereas this time, I don't really know what she's trying to be. Is she an attack champion? Is she a DPS? Is she kind of like a support? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just reading her kit. The shatter is only on herself, I think. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced she's very good. I imagine I'll be getting her and probably putting her in the vault. And maybe using her for some champion training points, but I'm probably not going to waste books on her, and I'm probably not going to spend hours running her through Mino for masteries. However, times could change. She might fit into a very niche part of the game. Yeah, Steve, Faction Wars is probably just about it. And I'm not entirely sure when they're going to give us that. If we think back to, what are they called? The Sylvan Watchers. I can't remember what champion they leaked first or gave us first. But it felt like quite a few months until we then actually got Faction Wars for it. But we also have to consider we've got the raid anniversary coming up. And that will be a big old sink in terms of, well, every resource you've ever had. And they're probably going to focus it quite hard on the new faction. To me, that's what I would do. Yeah, Dythe was a really good one. Dythe's great. I still use him quite a lot. Like, really solid champ. The 10% of granting an extra turn feels like it procs a lot more than 10% of the time, which is really nice. Greek Steve. It's exactly what it is. A whole faction of them. Starting with one. I don't know. I can't even say they look very cool. The only one that I like the look of is that Void, and I don't actually know what faction he's in. But it has that weird passive about meaning that you can't be crit if your accuracy is higher than the target. I can't remember what faction it's actually in. It wasn't Sacred Order, was it? What was... No, we got Basim. This one is kind of interesting. Bayek. That's it. This guy. Yeah, that passive is absolutely weird. So I figure if you have if you put him on a team with someone like Armand's and Fabian, like they're just never getting crit. Which could be kind of interesting, but it could also mean some very weird combos where people are going to build really accuracy heavy versions of champions that you don't normally see. Yeah, I think this guy's kind of interesting kit-wise. But the rest of them, meh. Although, I must admit, I quite like the look of Ezio. Or Ezio, or however we pronounce it. I think this guy's kit is really, really interesting. That A2 Da Vinci's design is super weird, super cool. But I was thinking about this yesterday. The base speed is criminally low. But I think he's going to be kind of fun out of everyone, and he will probably be very good for our free-to-play as well. Yeah, I have a feeling that A2 is going to make free-to-play quite interesting. Yeah, I agree. I think it's this guy that's making the whole thing interesting, which is really weird because they usually give like the least good of them away as the login champion. And yet, Sagittarius, I think this guy plus Xenomorph would make Clan Boss a little bit trivial at the beginning, which is kind of cool. How long have we got to wait? 3 more minutes. And then we can do some fun stuff, hopefully. I don't know how everyone's getting on with Live Arena, but I have been having a very, very bad time. It's not been going well. But I promised I would do it this season, so I am pushing through. But the whole thing has just confirmed I absolutely hate Live Arena. Massively hate it. Two more fights, that way we've got enough. Nice, Sonny. I have not been having such luck. Well, I've managed to get a few cheeky wins in, but like I think at least 2 of those were like pity wins from Plarium. But I just keep going up against players that just have like 10, 12,000 more points than I do, which is a bit of a shame. But we are currently at, yeah, 351 points, which is just past milestone 2. And I've been really going for it the last couple of days. So I can't even imagine what it's going to be like to get up to like milestone 7, milestone 8. I don't know. I think it's going to be quite a miserable couple of weeks. See, I think Samson's great. I use him quite a lot in Curse City. That counter-attack stun thing is really, really kind of good fun. I know he's not one of like the meta champions that you'll probably want to see instead, but the passive is very, very, very cool. Yeah, I like Samson. He's good. It hurts, doesn't it, Steve? Like, I have literally spent the last 2 days pretty much solid farming Live Arena. And the whole thing has just made me realise that I'm not very good at it. It's not my world. But if it's the last thing I ever do in this game that isn't quitting, I will get the I will get that final reward. That one right there. So I've basically got to get 1,000 more points. But I've been speaking to a lot of people that know a lot more about PvP than I do, and I think the key is going to kind of be rebuilding my account for PvP. Mine is just a PvE account. So whilst I can get away with it with some arena, I definitely can't get away with it in competitive arena. One step closer to Ezio. Let's get all our goodies, throw ourselves into Iron Twins in the background. Happy reset to everyone. Yeah, live arena's rough. Mainly because I just don't like PvP, and this is nothing personal against Raid. This is just in any game that I play, I tend not to play PvP games. Even at the height of my World of Warcraft addiction, I was PvE only. Oh, Steve, imagine if I was free to play. I'm very, very low spend in this day and age. I buy the gem pack. And I think to make a video last week or the week before, I bought an energy pack. But it yielded me nothing. Nothing of value. Try and get as many quests as complete before the Iron Twins ends. Yeah, Sunny, that's exactly how my days go in Live Arena. I think the other day, I did film some of it for an upcoming video, but I won't do spoilers just yet. I played 40 or 45 rounds of Live Arena, and I won like 4. And I genuinely considered just quitting the game a couple of times during the day. 40 for 4. Either way, it worked out about a 1 in 10 win rate. And yeah. It wasn't my favorite day. Cheshire Cat is a very, very crazy champion for a newer account, for sure. I personally still wouldn't pick him. I still think Wukong would be more of a benefit, but Cheshire Cat's incredibly strong. When you think you've got like 2 Hanorak, Cheshire Cat, Wukong, and Tholin, I'd probably still choose Wukong, but Cheshire Cat is pretty amazing to get given away. It's a shame that you can only have one. Yeah, you're right. It actually isn't worth it, Sonny. Like, it will be worth it if I get a mythical relic at the end of it. Because I haven't really got any more relic materials. Speaking of which, I'm just going to kill a bit of time in Grim Forest before we do any kind of heavy cleansing. Found the boss, if anyone's interested. He's up in the top left. He's up there. I've just got to find one more crown. I'm assuming it's probably going to be somewhere over this side. Probably up here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Steve. I think Cheshire Cat is probably the better champion overall. But because I've been playing a lot on my girlfriend's brand new account, there are no such things as legendary books. It's actually really, it took ages to get Wukong even up to 3-star ascended. Like just the standard 3-star. Because, you know, you've got to farm like stage 7 and stage 8 of the potion keeps. So it probably cost like 1,000 energy just to get him to 3-star so that you could use his passive. So as far as a brand new player goes, I think you'd struggle with Cheshire Cat. Exactly, and I think the fact that it also gives you, is it 28% speed in Arena? That's crazy for a new account. You're going to find yourself beating a lot of other new players. Yeah, I'm 100% going Wukong when I do my free-to-play. Unless they drop something between now and maybe next week that might change my mind. All I know is that the promo link code thing that I've suggested to Plarium, they actually said no to, but for the weirdest reason. I won't go into it until I've got a bit more information. But I was surprised at their reasoning for saying no. Chuck this Mac in there. Yeah, gonna start a free-to-play. I'm aiming, it probably is going to end up being maybe next weekend, so about a week from today. I want to make sure that everyone that joins has the chance to get the current free login, Ezio. No, there's not going to be a new Lego promo code next week. I think we got our lucky one recently with the cat. Oh, that's a big smack. Yeah, it's going to be very weird starting over again. But what I have been writing down, and this will be probably familiar for anyone in Discord, I've been writing down a bunch of like challenges and little ideas of things that we can do to kind of just maybe make it a bit more interesting. But it's raid. A lot of it's going to come down to luck. You know, who pulls what on the first shard or whatever, because yeah, some people pull mythicals on their first ever primal shard, as I saw recently, which was upsetting. Imagine getting a Siegfried as your first ever primal shard pull on an account that's less than 30 days old. I'm telling you now, I nearly cried. Faction Wars normal in 60 days. I don't know if anyone's been following, is it Tyraku's channel? He's created a brand new spending account. And he is just... I would dread to think how much money he spent just in the last week alone on that account, but it's really good fun. It's a good video series. I think he spent like $1,000 on day one. Feel that. Thank you. But yes, I will not be starting a brand new pay-to-win account. I couldn't afford it. I can't even fathom spending £1,000 in a day on Raid. I wonder where this third crown is. It's probably going to be over here, isn't it? Maybe I'll continue going this way. 1,300 already. Wow. That's probably more than I've spent on Raid in the last 2 years. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm actually finding Curse City a little bit harder this time round. And it's probably just the, you know, how the deck draws every time. But I've had to restart a couple of fights, which I didn't have to do the first time round. Don't worry, Zen, we're getting a gear cleanse soon. I just needed to, like, get my little Curse City fix. I said Curse City, didn't I? Yes, I mean Grim Forest. We're not doing Curse City. I don't want to do Curse City. Soil Toss. Soul Cross, perhaps. I like Soil Toss. Fire Knight 10, that's rough. Fire Knight 10 is not a fun fight. And that's why, even though I've got a team for it, I still farm stage 6, not 10. Oh, what are they giving us today? Flat attack chest. Nope. Crit rate attack, but 5-star with a flat defense. That's another no. That's another no. And let's just see what they're going to do here. Flat defense. But the other stats are really good. Oh, that's horrible. I'll keep it. If we feel lucky, we will re-roll it. I've probably got quite a lot of those Chaos Ores. Yeah, Gold 1 Tag Arena is by far, I think for 99% of players, the hardest grind in the entire game, hands down. Path goes up there. Maybe I should go up there again. It's ironically easier to stay in gold than it is to get into gold. Some weeks I fall back down into silver 4 and I have to really, really struggle to get back up because everyone is in there trying to get to gold 1. But this week I'm actually letting myself drop back down into silver again. We've got 16 more left. Mimic. This has been another issue. Mimics have been popping up and it's not rolled out my heal reduction champs. That's a pain. So Marius, you. No, we don't need a healer. Oh, did you get him finally, Steve? That is very, very good news. I've actually been using Romantu in the current event dungeon. I think he's a really good champ for it. He's actually another one of those interesting ones where he's very, very stat hungry. So trying to get him in the build that I really want him in is proving to be quite difficult. I want him in a nice 9-piece feral and I can't get it. Not yet. We got 5-star. That will be very nice. Oh, let's go down before he heals. Oh, not the soul. I was going to say, that'd be a very healthy start to a Romantu build. Oh, one more of these. Loads of these popping up. Bragius. Okay, that leaves me with 10. I'm probably going to leave Grim Forest there for now. We can come back to it when we're sick of gear cleansing. Yeah. Is Andy in the house? I'm surprised we haven't seen Andy yet. Right, we've got to burn a bit of energy. Let's do Event Dungeon. This is the team that I've actually been using. It's all technically free, if you want to call it a free team. Oh damn, Steve, that is peasant levels of silver. I'm quite intrigued to see what tonight's going to cost in terms of silver, because I do want to bring the gear down by a good like 400-500 pieces on my account. This episode is brought to you by Mermaid Rum. Yeah, this certainly isn't the fastest team in the world, but it gets it done, and that's the main thing. Less than a minute, we will take it. Okay, we'll burn one more, and then we are gear cleansing. I've got to do the same thing, though, as what you've done, Steve. I really want to get that. It's the quest for the coalition event, isn't it? To get X amount of trials. Is it 7 trials? And I feel like they put that in there instead of a damage one because they knew everyone was going to use a Titus team to do it. And a Titus team will net you probably 5, maybe 6 trials. Does it help you swim better? It might do. I probably wouldn't try it. I don't know if anyone's tried drunk swimming before. But it is the weirdest feeling. Do not recommend. Do not condone. Okay, well, we'll leave that here because we'll cleanse it off in a second. Anyway, so it's the fun time of the year. And what I thought we would do is if we break it into little sections, I will break it up with a few live arena battles because why would you not want to see me lose all the time? Sunny, is it that you can't actually do 30, or you're struggling to do 31? Because 31 is like a whole different level. First rule of gear cleansing. Select the bottom row. Select all of our flat stats. Looks like we've got a bunch. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? All that mercurial stuff in flat. That's horrible. Yeah, I'm struggling to do level 31 simply because I want to do it with a completely free team. All of these are getting sold. We don't care about set, rarity, none of that. Except for maybe the Merciless. Maybe we're going to come back to that. There he is. Hello, Andy. How many Chaos Ores do we have? 26 5-star mythicals. Maybe we will rework accessories and maybe the gloves. We'll see. Do it with epics. Oh. I actually don't know if I could. And I think to get it done with epics, I would have to put them in such disgusting gear that I don't actually think it would be fair. Delete the 5-star epics. We'll delete that one as well. How are you, Andy, mate? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, beer. I don't know why, but I'm feeling kind of lucky on this merciless pair of gloves here. I've only got 2 6-star Chaos Ores, so we're not using those. I'm doing very well, apart from tech issues trying to get the stream started today. So if it does drop out, let me know. $35 with a Seer team. Nice. I think that's got to be the answer, isn't it? It's got to be Seer. Like all of the event dungeons, once you've got the ads down, it becomes a lot more manageable. Let's rework this and hope. What do we get? Attack percent, speed, give me crit rate. Thank you. Attack, and that actually might work out pretty nicely. Just give me speed and crit rate. Very nice. Even better. Very nice. We're keeping that. And if anyone thinks that I am using Chaos Ore the wrong way round, you're probably right. It's just cheaper this way. I like to use Chaos Ore before I roll. Feeling lucky on this piece. Let's see what happens. Nope. Not at all. That could be interesting. We get some crit rate. Have we stopped drinking? No, we have drink. We're just taking it a lot easier tonight. It's been a stressful tech support day. Double crit rate, thank you. Triple crit rate, go on. No, but that will do nicely. Crap ascension, but that doesn't matter. The rerolls are not being kind. Yeah, what I really want to do, I want to check how many bits of gear I've actually got, and I want to bring it down by about 400 or 500. Yeah, Andy, it's rubbish, isn't it? HP percent good, but I need speed, not attack, and no, see, terrible. Useless, but I am going to keep hold of these merciless gloves in case I ever feel lucky. We have 1,342 bits of gear. There is no need to have that many bits of gear. So I'm going to be really brutal with my account tonight, because most of the gear that's sat there and not on champions is probably because it's actually not good enough. Oh, beer, you got to make up for it. Let's start with speed. I'm kind of at the point now where if it doesn't have a triple or a very good double plus other good stats, there is no point. Keep that one. That's actually good. Triple speed, keep. That one's terrible, that can go in the bin. Yeah, I get that beer. I can't drink like I used to. Not at all. I get 2-day hangovers now. Not just 1 day, but I get 2-day hangovers. Single speed goes in the bin. Double speed, but with the crit damage, that's kind of bad. 5-star only double. Flat defense, HP crit damage, that's useless. Speed with crit rate, crit damage, and res, that will keep. Triple speed, single res, HP. No, sorry, triple defense, single res, HP. What I might do actually is I'm probably going to move my camera over to the other side because I've realized I'm probably blocking the stats. How much do I spend a month, Matthew? These days, I just buy the gem pack. Nothing else. I did buy an energy pack last week to make a video, but I don't really spend much in raid anymore. I just buy the gem pack. I don't buy shards. I can't bring myself to buying shards. The buyer's remorse that I end up getting is not worth it. The only thing I might be tempted to spend a little bit of money on if I'm ever feeling a bit lucky is probably soulstones. Single rolls across the board, that's pretty bad. That's technically a triple roll. It's got good stats. Level this up and hope for a triple. Do get a triple. Thank you very kindly. That is a keep. Hello, Pedro. Nice to see you again. These are the bits of gear you hate to sell. but it just don't line up. Triple resistance, very nice. HP with attack and only a single speed. Oh, it hurts, but we've got to sell it. Makes me think of my cheesy line, you can never be top tier in mid-tier gear. This really, really annoyed me the other night. I got very excited when I pulled these boots, and of course I rolled double flat defense and single defense. They were very nearly the best pair of speed boots on my entire account until they weren't. Because Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, well, rework is an option, but it's not exactly going to rework into speed, is it? And that's the only reason I would want speed set boots. So I think the only hope this bit of gear has got now is if I get speed on the Ascension. But yeah, I wouldn't. The problem is if you re-roll on a pair of boots like this, where's the little menu that pops up? Those are all of the options. So you've got a 1 in 7 chance that you'll get what you want. And 1 in 7 is not my kind of odds. So knowing me, I would re-roll them and get like flat HP or something. Yeah, Matthew, don't get caught in the buying shard trap. I mean, by all means, if you've got money, spend it. It's your money. But nothing hits harder than that buyer's remorse when you spend like 100 quid on shards and get absolutely nothing. And yes, welcome to Discord, Matthew. I don't have Discord open on my computer at the moment. Epic dupes. Crit rate, double HP with accuracy, plus defense. They can stay. They have to stay because that's Ascension speed. These ones can go in the bin. Yeah. But imagine if they do. That's the bit that gets us. I don't know if I spoke about this on stream last time. I've spoken to a few people about it, so forgive me if I am just repeating myself. But someone that I know is a very well-established psychiatrist. He's been doing psychiatry for, I don't know, 40, 45 years or something like that. And I asked him if he would be willing to have a little sit down with me to make a video, because I think it would be really interesting to get a professional's opinion on why we feel the need to play games like Raid, even though we know that we're probably going to get absolutely burned with real life money. So it probably falls into the gambling addiction vein, I guess, if you're a medical professional in that world. But yeah, I'm trying to make that happen because I think it would be a very, very different video for Raid. I've never seen anything like it. But I'd quite like to see what a professional would have to say about why we spend all of this money in a game knowing that we're probably going to lose. I think that could be quite interesting. So watch this space. I will hype it up and advertise it if it becomes a thing. Yeah, Andy, I think it's a really good idea. I mean, I don't think he specializes in addiction. I don't think that's his like main shtick, but he's been doing it for so long. I feel like he's going to know what he's talking about. We get the speed. Just give me crit damage and speed. Or speed. Thank you very much. Triple speed or 1 crit damage, please. Just not accuracy. Crit damage, good. With the accuracy anyway, never mind. Okay, triple speed, keep with crit rate, very nice. Yeah, so would I. I'd like to know what an actual professional would go like, right, this is what your brain is doing. And it might change my mind on what I think Plarium does, because at the end of the day, they know exactly what they're doing. I know we all like to bitch and moan about how much the game sucks, but we wouldn't all be sat watching live streams at midnight if we didn't secretly love the game. Well, I think there's probably something in that. They did. I think it is a brilliant game. I wouldn't make videos about it if I didn't love Raid. Yeah, see, Andy, with ADHD and Raid, I can't work out where I think that sits. Because I imagine like when it's going well, it's probably really good for ADHD, but the second it goes wrong, I smell spirals. Mate, Plarium can gasp at me all they like. Giving out the insider secrets. All I've got to make sure is that this man actually is comfortable being on camera talking about a mobile phone game. Like I say, he's quite prestigious. He's cool, we get the speed. That was a risk. Yeah. Coming to do an interview with me is completely beneath him. Like completely beneath him. But I have asked very nicely. I agree, Ivan. And I also think it's kind of funny when you really think about it, some of the best accounts in this game are actually free to play accounts. Like when I see accounts like someone like Boozer, and you think he's competing with the top dogs, and he's free to play, kind of. It depends on how you want to define free to play, because I know he'll get his Plarium pack every month. But he has done crazy progression in this game for a free to play player. Hi SKB, welcome. I feel like I should keep that bit of gear. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, see, Andy, I get that. I really like the completionist side of this game. Like, I don't think you can complete Raid. There's always going to be a bigger fish. And if you start looking at it from something like a PvP perspective, there is no end point to this game. Free to play and hoarding is a very good combo. See, beer, that's really interesting. And I have a funny feeling when we start the free to play series next week or whatever, I feel like I'm going to kind of fall in love with being free to play again. Matthew, when it comes to your raid account and takeovers and stuff, it doesn't matter what platform you play on. You can log in on PC, on Mac, because it's all linked to your user ID and email address rather than a specific platform. So I actually started Raid on my mobile, but then eventually moved over to PC. So there's nothing that can get you mixed up there. I don't know why, but I'm feeling to delete this bit of gear. I'm going to come back to it. I think this one's better. Yeah, let's sell that one. But yeah, I still think that the hoarder mindset is a stronger mindset than the spender mindset in Raid. And anytime I do account takeovers, I always like to do like a little coaching session with who I'm doing the takeover with. 9 times out of 10, people are stuck in this game because they're trying to do too much. And that might seem really counterintuitive, but the less you do, the less pressure you're putting on your account. And yes, progression becomes slower, but all money does in this game is extradite your progress. It doesn't make you better at the game. It just might allow you to do the next stage a month earlier than if you'd have just saved and played normally. That's terrible. They can go in the bin. Triple speed, we got to keep it. That feels like exactly the same as that helm that we just rolled up. That one. Same sort of stats. We'll keep it for the double speed, but I reckon we're coming back to delete this. Nah, see, that one's better. Yeah, I can go in the bin. That's bin, no speed. These need ascension speed. Can't remember what the number was at the start. I think it was 1342. I'm going to write that down. See what we get to at the end. 1342. Yeah, SKB, 100%. It is all about efficiency. And if you look at the best free-to-play players, their efficiency is off the charts. I still remember the first time Boozer and Ash ever collabed, and Boozer had let Ash on his account. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but it was glorious. And Ash, being a spender, being quite a boisterous person, was just on autopilot for the entire, like, not interview, but collab. And he's clicking around Boozer's account, and every time a pop-up came up, he would click on it and, like, collect a reward. And Boozer is just in the other corner of the screen, just seething, knowing that he can't say anything because, you know, it's really good for his channel to be on the collab. But you can just see his, like, eyebrows twitch every time Ash pulled something on his account. It's like one of my favorite ever YouTube moments. Yeah, I remember that. It was yeah, oh no, my energy. It was that, all it was like 50 energy. And just Boozer's face, he's like, I can't say anything because this is the best opportunity for my YouTube channel ever. But you can tell he's like, if you look when someone's angry and they bite their little cheekbone when it comes out, it happens when you're nervous as well. If you go back and watch that video, Boozer's cheeks are just doing this like a hamster. And yeah, that must have been quite traumatizing for him. But still one of my favorite ever raid moments on YouTube. Exactly, the foaming begins. Yeah, I thought that was glorious. Yeah, and you would, like, straight up you would. When I do account takeovers, I have to, like, really check myself, because if you spend more than an hour on someone else's account, all of the years that you've played, you're just in autopilot mode. So I will do an account takeover, and sometimes I'll look at soul stones and think, I didn't know I had like 30 soul stones, and I just start ripping through the soul stones. And then I end up having to message whoever I've done the account takeover for and just been like, I'm so sorry. Like, I did it once to Dav that's in our Discord. I know Dav really well, so it was no drama, but I went onto his account and I pulled an eternal soulstone. And I actually genuinely offered to buy him another one for doing it. And all I got was like a 6-star epic or something. And yeah, I sent him like a full-on groveling email. Yeah, SKB, I'd have been furious if someone did that to my account. But it was all done with the good intentions, I'm sure. It's just autopilot and habit. Quad defense, but on a Fury set? Who uses a Fury set in this day and age? I have never been on your account, Sonny. Don't you try it with me, mate. But yeah, I'm still apologizing to Dav. Like, whenever we catch up on like DM in Discord, I'm still like, mate, I'm so sorry for that one time. But it was just autopilot. So that's probably what Ash felt like when he did it. And because Boozer's free to play, Ash couldn't exactly be like, oh, look, I'll buy you another energy pack or something like that. Triple speed resistance HP, good. Cursed set, my least favorite set to cleanse because you never know when you're going to need it. Triple speed accuracy. So Matthew, I made a couple of New Year's resolutions on my raid account, and one of them is soulstones. As soon as I've got 10, what are they, mortal, the little tiny ones? As soon as I've got 10, I pull them. So this year I haven't, and it's making my fingers itchy because I just want to pull them. But yeah, saving soulstones for 2x events, just like shards, just like anything else, is actually the way to play. But we can't always be full of willpower all the time. It's not how this works. Yeah, so being super strict, making you hate the game, I get that. I think, so to loop back to what I said about soulstones, I don't spend any of my resources except for silver because I've got a crap ton of silver. But I appreciate that I need my little fix in this game. I need to get some of that little gambling, make me feel like I'm doing something that everyone else is doing. So soulstones was my way of doing that. Because even if I pull a bad soulstone, it might still be like, even if this much of an upgrade for my account, if I pull a sacred shard and I get an epic, I will be like absolutely seething. So soulstones were kind of my little coping mechanism. This is awful. So I don't think, I mean, you've got to be strict, but I don't think you've got to, like, at the end of the day, no one's paying you to play. So you're allowed to have a little bit of fun on your own account. I guess it's all about finding the balance. And this is where free-to-play players are very motivational to me, because you look at their accounts and go, right, well, if he can do it, I can do it. But it's not a skill issue, it's a willpower issue. See, I don't know if I would actually let someone else on my account. It's my account, it's like my baby. I've been nurturing it for like nearly 6 years. I wish there was a way of there was like a password way of locking your account so that anyone can go on it, but they can't actually make any like detrimental changes. But I think I would freak out knowing that someone else was on my account. I'd be sat on Discord like, oh, is it done yet? Have you done this? What about this? Oh, how's my, how's my arbiter? How's Gizmac? You haven't changed him, have you? Is willpower a skill? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. To some people, I'm sure it would be. To other people, they'd probably just laugh at the concept. What do we keep here? I'm not even gear cleansing. I'm just rabbling about other stuff. Let's keep the triple speeds, get rid of some of the doubles on the epic. That's a good bit of gear. That's a better bit of gear. That's terrible. Yeah, it is all about trust. I know if there's one person I wouldn't let on my raid account is my girlfriend. Because watching her on her account, she's a little menace. She doesn't know what the value of certain currencies are yet. So she'll get a bee in her bonnet. Like the other night, there must have been like a arena tournament going on. And bearing in mind, she's like less than 3 weeks into the game. And she just got this little thing in her head because she was watching the tournament board and there was someone that was like 10 points ahead of her. And when you first start the game, I think they very strategically give you about 800 gems because they expect you to buy your first masteries with it. She spent every freaking gem that she had just competing with this utter random that was like always 10 points ahead of her. So there's no way I'd let her on my account. I wouldn't trust her. Oh, that would be so nice of you, Sonny. No, she's great. Although her little raid thing, I think, is just about to end. I think it was just she wanted to stop, like most of us, she wanted to stop like doom scrolling on Instagram and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. So I think raid kind of filled the void for her, but I think she's getting a bit bored of it now. Which is fine. She's not a gamer. It's not her world. She's into other stuff. But I think willpower is a skill, going back to whoever asked that question. Yeah, like Lady H did. I tell you what, if he wasn't getting so heavy, when I do shard pulls, I would sit like this and I would hold my dog up and I would let him do the shard pulls, but he weighs like 11 kilograms and holding him up this high is, he doesn't like it and neither do I. Triple speed, but it's on frost. Well, I kind of like frost set. SKB, that is facts. That is absolute facts. They don't understand raid, like how we could sit and just play like a static game. I can help you with a question, maybe, Dark Gara. Frenzy set. Does anyone remember when Frenzy was good? When it used to be 5% turn meter for every 5% HP lost? And then they changed it to debuff received and it became terrible. Oh, what do you even keep? Is there any point in keeping any of it? That bit's probably... Oh, can't delete a triple crit rate. Let's keep one set of Frenzy, so I'm going to have to make a decision. Yeah, I completely missed the part on Frenzy where they updated it, because I used to run it on Bad Elcazar, and it allowed me to solo Ice Golem 25. And then one day I logged in and I couldn't do it anymore. Oh, I'd feel wrong deleting 2 bits of gear with 25% crit rate. This is why gear cleansing. This comes down to willpower again. And then they popped it. No, I wish they'd never touched Frenzy. That was so good for soloing. Anyone that put continuous heal on themselves could solo anything in Frenzy. Resistance, we keep that. Sell that one. And we must keep the speed boot. So we've still got 1, 2, 3. We've still got a set. Regeneration, another hard one to cleanse. Yeah, Frenzy used to be really good. Frenzy is not anywhere near as good as Reflex. Reflex is the best set that's not at the same time. I know. I just love Reflex. Double speed HP versus triple speed flat HP. Yeah, just other people gear cleanse. See, if I let second on my account, I know that if I scrolled down this way, there would be nothing left. All of this would be gone on principle. He wouldn't even look at it, it'd just delete it. No, I'm just peeling off the band-aid really slowly. Like, I'm just kind of enjoying the pain until I get proven wrong. But Live Arena is proving me wrong. Live Arena is not my friend anymore. Not that it ever was, but I'm really hating it now. Nothing going on there or there. Speed resistance, flat defense, flat attack. I've been hoarding some crap gear. 5 stars, the best one out of all of them. Speed, HP, defense, resistance, good. Yeah, I've actually got quite a lot of regen on other champions on my account. I did a bit of an optimize recently, so I'm all right to sell some of this stuff. I quite like that. I like the resistance. Speed, HP, defense, crit rate, good. Double speed, resistance, accuracy could be good. And a weak. This one always bugs me when you get a really solid pair of crit damage gloves, but they're not in any kind of set that you would want to use for crit damage, but offset gear is good. Keep that and keep that. Do I stream regularly? Sunday nights I stream. I'm going to start doing Thursday night and Sunday night. I think that's the only nights I could do. Is there any point in keeping immunity now that we've got feral? I mean, good gear is good gear, but like bits of gear like that are crap. Why do I feel like Mihai Muska butchered the name? I bet that's beef. I know that's beef. It's beef. Yeah, of course it is. Hi, beef. More philosophical questions. Come on. I don't know why you'd trust my answers on anything to do with philosophy. We'll keep the speed rares. We'll get rid of that. Yeah. Okay, Dark Gara, spending and raid and the inevitable disappointment. I guess I don't know what level your account is, but Rathalos is good. He's really, really solid. Supreme Beef. But hold on, I am just checking Dark Gara to see if you asked anything else. Spending 200 is, look, at the end of the day, we've all done it. Like, I've done it. I remember the first time they ever ran the 2x primals. I spent like £650 in a day and I got fuck all in return. I got a couple of dupe legendaries, but I got a bit of a life lesson in the process. But it just is what it is. Like, the more you spend, the more chance you've got of not getting what you want. And I think as long as you're not spending money when your rent is due, kind of thing, then I mean, it is ultimately just a game. What you pulled is good. Like, I would say there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for dropping in, Beef. Thank you very much, mate. I'm sure I'll see you in Discord. But yeah, as for the press, so keep the account. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, a raid account is not like a one and done thing. Like, I've been working on my account for like the best part of 6 years. And I think what spending 100 or 200 is probably just going to show you is that spending isn't always the answer. I know it's hard when you look at other people's accounts and you think, oh, well, they've spent money and it's gone well for them. But for every account you see that looks like it's doing really well, and you think, I would want that account, like, I promise you, they've spent so much more and they felt exactly as you do today after spending the money that you've spent. Yeah, and it is super depressing. I think we would call it buyer's remorse. And the really weird flip that happens is you will spend, or at least just play so long in raid that you end up with what they call the sunk cost fallacy, which is where you think, I've spent so much time, effort, money, just brain power, and then you feel like you can't let it go or enjoy it as a game because you've put so much into it. And that's what I call the raid trap. And that's what any gambling does to you. You feel like you've put so much into it that you can't now step away from it. But ultimately, some of the best accounts are free to play. And sometimes when you take away that financial pressure, it's a little bit easier to start enjoying the game again. But you could never think, right, I've got $500, my account's going to be awesome, because Raid will always have a different plan for you. So don't feel depressed. It just is. It is what it is. And like SKB said, you can also maybe consider starting a different account, but I wouldn't lose the account that you spent on. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Second, stop telling people to spend more money. But also, second is 100% right. Because if you want an account that sits at that top level, I mean, think of the money that people must have spent to get where they are. Yes, Andy, I'll do that for you in a sec. First, Sacred Legendary as Wixwell. That is pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, no, $500 is not enough for this game. If just pick anyone, like even what's his name, the guy with no legs, Creason. Like, he must have spent 50,000, 100,000 or something on this game. It's just crazy. And I bet he still gets his ass absolutely beat down in Live Arena a lot. It's just that they don't show you all the bad bits. Yeah, regarding the Predator question, I still haven't. So where we hold on, we got to Shield. In the passes, I haven't bought Predator, but I'm going to. I am going to buy Predator. I've still got 6 weeks. I have decided that I am going to buy Predator, and that's why I haven't been buying any Forge passes or anything else. I am going to. SKB, when you say not close, have I under-egged it or have I completely over-egged it? Oh no, that is sad. That is the end of the run. That is very sad. But yeah, no, I am 100% going to buy Predator. Because I love Alien and Predator. If it was any other collab, I wouldn't care. I'm not even going to buy him based on whether he's got good skills or he's good in the arena. I'm going to buy him because I like Predator. Yeah, where's the rum? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what Ivan said is true. If you can go incognito, then you can do it that way as well. I think Cobb from Game Leap has a fully dedicated video to promo link and new player promo codes that's actually really good because it runs it through mobile on Apple as well as Samsung, PC and Mac, and I think Linux as well. So it will cover all of your needs. I'm sure if you search it on YouTube, you'll find it. Also, Gara, sorry, I forgot to mention, mate. Thank you for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. I did say Cobb. Yes. Did it sound like I said something else? Get rid of that. Sorry, I'm just boomer teching at the moment. Okay, at least we've got no more dropped frames. Stream looks healthy. The storm has passed. Now, Andy, I'm not entirely sure what you meant by your question because it would probably, well, I do, but it would probably take me a while to set it up. But in terms of rolling process and keeping process, what I'm actually trying to do at the moment is most of the champs that I want to use are already built. So all of this gear that I'm deleting, this is all just leftover gear after doing a massive Hell Hades optimize on my account. So all of this stuff, clearly the optimizer didn't think was like very good. But if we take the shields, let's use the filter here. What I'm actually trying to do at the moment is if I've got 5 shields for shield set, I probably only need 2. So what I'm doing is I'm weighing up the stats. So I've got like a triple crit rate and a single speed versus a double speed and a crit damage. I think this one looks a bit weak. Whereas this one here, triple speed with HP is perfect for shield. So I think instantly this one is kind of crap and can get sold. Triple speed with HP res here, that's a keep no matter what. And then that's also a triple speed. So I'm kind of just keeping triple speeds and just weighing it up accordingly. I think I'm only going to delete that one. Yeah, sorry, I know I'm sort of gear cleansing in the background whilst we're talking. Oh, you're in the Midlands. Where in the Midlands? And to anyone talking about the free-to-play group, I am going to make a video before we start, which can like go out on, I mean, I'll put it in Discord initially, but it can go out to everyone of just how to do the promo links. Because I only recently found out that you can't do referral plus new player promo link at the same time. Well, apparently you can, but you might get banned by Plarium for doing it. So I think for when we do our free-to-play challenge, this should also be an option that maybe, you know, let's say me and Andy, we decide that we don't want to use a promo link, then I might say to Andy, look, I'll do your referral link and you do mine. That's another way of doing it, but obviously that's going to make the journey to whatever challenges we set are going to be a little bit more difficult. But I will do a dedicated video on how to actually use promo links. And I've got a dusty old PC laptop knocking around, so I will use that as a bit of a test dummy. And yes, I am going to create a new clan. Nottingham, nice. So I'm going to create a new clan. I spoke to my clan leader today from Cobra Kai. And I said to him, can I leave the clan for a week so I can make a new clan, unlock all the levels of clan boss. I might see if I can unlock some Hydra and some Chimera. And then that way we've all got a clan that we can go into with a lot of things already unlocked so that people can just kind of choose what to do at their own pace. Grind the sewers. It's the whole point of Raid. Thanks for coming, Beer. I stream every Sunday night pretty much. So feel free to drop in whenever. Yeah, Ivan, I don't know what the rule is on the phone. I think I know on Apple, if I was to delete Raid and then reinstall the game, it would just log me back into the same account. But I think there is under somewhere on mobile, there is a logout option. Like there 100% is a logout option. It might be under info, maybe it's under options, but somewhere in there is the ability to log out. That might help. But I need to test it first before I put a video out on it. Yeah, we will. I think over this coming week, I will prepare some stuff. I will post it in Discord. And what I might do for everyone in Discord, actually, I won't do it now, but when the stream has ended, maybe tomorrow, is I will do a poll and I'm going to write a few options of challenges that we can set ourselves. And you guys can vote on them and see if I've just come up with a whole bunch of dumb shit or whether you can think of anything better. But we'll try and make it somewhat fun because I have a funny feeling that starting from the beginning is not going to be fun. Like, not when we're used to doing what we can currently do. Cool, yeah. Second, thank you for confirming. Right, we got to shield. Now it's relentless. I don't like cleansing relentless. Why I've probably got so much of it. Oh no, Steve, 100%. I'm putting plus dumb shit as an option in the poll. No pulling shards for the first month. Yeah, but then people are going to start lying, aren't they? Someone's going to get a sacred and be like, no, I didn't. I didn't get a sacred. But it will be interesting. What I'll also do is I'll grab a list of everyone's promo links because I've got my one. I know there's some other ones out there as well. So I'll put them all in Discord and everyone can just decide. And I'll be intrigued to see who goes like Cheshire Cat, who goes to Hanorak. Does anyone bother going with Tholin? Who goes Wukong? You know, it could be interesting. I might skip cleansing Relentless for now and just move on. And we'll come back to Relentless and tackle Savage instead. No, don't tell Andy to behave. He's like 10 times more fun when he doesn't behave. I'll tell you what, I am distracted from gear cleansing at the moment. We've got as far as Savage, so why not do a little bit of Live Arena? Just that. Yeah, Sonny, you will get some shards in the first month. On my girlfriend's account, she did get a sacred, and she's got about 7 void shards. She did get 1 primal, but I think that might have been the Christmas gift. Yeah, see, I'll be intrigued to see what people pick because I'm Wukong until I die. Like, I know I'm going Wukong. Even if it ends up being the death of my account. Yeah, it's a lot of Savage to go through, and it's all crap as well. Hmm. I think the time zones are going to make it a little bit difficult, but I'll make sure there's like a weekly check-in, and I'll cover it when we do our stream as well. I just realised I'm over that side. Let's move back there. Yeah. Why Wukong? I just really like the champion, and I think having access to a block buffs champion is really strong. Plus, when you get him 3-star, he ends up reviving himself. Yeah, I mean, Beef, you're right. I mean, getting the Void is logical. Like, I knew they were going to do that. I wasn't paying any attention. Yeah, 2 Hanorach. I think because I don't have 2 Hanorach, I don't value her. Oh, I might have completely screwed myself here. I was not paying attention in the picking. Yeah, that messed me up. Yeah, I think I keep seeing Wukong in Live Arena again, which is kind of fun. But I just like him, I think, from a utility perspective. And also for a very, very beginner account, having that 28% arena lead speed lead is going to definitely make some of your arena battles a lot easier. Ooh, ow. But then that's the beauty of it. It's going to kind of come down to each individual and what they want to do. I'm not going to set rules. Like, anyone can use any promo code, anything they want to do. Oh, we are just about to get Siegfried fucked. Yep. GG. Oh, going for Tholin. See, that's an interesting one. How fast is my Sulfurion? I'll have to check. Probably about 310, maybe. I've been using him for PvE. Leave it on auto. He can work for it. But yeah, no, Wukong is completely squishy. I just think he's going to be... Yes. But, right, Beef. I have been thinking about this, and the game forces you to get the challenges done. You have to level your starter champion to level 60. Now, I know you don't have to do that, but... yeah, otherwise I would say Wukong means you don't have to level up Kale. But yeah, I used to use Wukong for Minotaur campaign, all sorts. That A2 is just filthy. I can't actually believe they gave Cheshire Cat away as a promo code. Oh, is this going to be my pity win that I end up losing? Probably. Yeah, when I sent my promo link suggestions to Plarium, one of them was actually Mad Hatter. Yeah, no, I've got to bring the Gears. I don't know why I clicked on Carnage. Yeah, Gizmak's kind of pretty much my favorite champ to bring into Arena. I get rid of... that way I can't get frozen. Yeah, so Andy, spoilers, it was Deacon that they said no to my promo code for, which is wild considering the legendary choice. Like, I won't say it on stream, but I think you know what it is. But the fact that they said that Deacon was the problem and not the legendary, I thought was absolutely crazy. Yeah. Marius is my best nuker. Gizmak's probably my best pain in the butt arena champ. Yeah, so other content creators do have Deacon, but I think from what I understood is they're removing Deacon from that option that they get. I think that's what they were trying to get at. I think they thought that Deacon made it too easy. And I kind of get it because he's only an epic, but he would be absolutely mega from a progression perspective. Yeah, he's just too strong. I was watching, it was another Game Leap guy. He's got Nama with sorry, he's got Elenaril, Deacon, and someone, but I think his promo code is being taken away. Yeah, they want you to spend, which makes total sense. But I think Deacon is the best epic champion for progression. Not, you can't say he's the best at everything, but for progression, 100%. I go Empress. I haven't used Empress in a while. Like, I've got better champs than Deacon, and I still like Deacon is in my Grim Forest deck. He is always coming out in Curse City. I think he is just good enough to stand alongside other champions and still do really well. Yeah, Karma, Deacon and Tuhanarak would be filthy. Matthew, better than Geo? I don't know. That's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. They are for different things. But I think from a progression perspective, I'd much rather have Deacon than Geomancer. Oh, I forget. I just need to do live arena when I'm streaming because I actually get opponents that I can beat. Thank you for the win. 2 more. Second, if you're still there, I went through the optimizer today and built a bunch of, I haven't put them on my champions yet, but I built a bunch of like stone skin nuki potential builds for some of my champs. So I'm probably going to end up sending you an absolute ton of screenshots at some point soon. Yeah, Geo is top pick, man. Like I absolutely, I couldn't live without my Geo, but I think I'd still rather have Deacon. No, they actually told me in the little briefing they sent me that I cannot pick Geomancer. But interestingly, when I was putting it all together, I didn't even consider Geomancer as an epic because I just assumed they'd never give him to me. Nishak would be ridiculous. That would piss the community off something fierce. I'd be up for that. No, I can say, so my promo code that I suggested to them was the legendary was actually Wixwell. And that's what I thought they would shoot down. I thought they would laugh at me and say, why did you pick Wixwell? But my epics were, I think level 10 epic was Deacon. Level 20 was Skaramis. And I put him in there intentionally to make the promo code feel a bit weaker. And I can't remember who my level 30 or 40 epic was. I can't remember. I've been through so many iterations. But yeah, it was actually the Deacon that they shut down, not the Wixwell. Ah, I should have clicked the wrong button. Yeah, I can screen share it with you. Second. Or we could even set up our own private little live. Die already. Why does Wukong keep coming back? You are not welcome here. Thank you. No, I don't believe they'd have given me Wixwell. I purely chanced it. My other option that I gave them actually did have Mad Hatter as the legendary. But I didn't just pick like the most disgusting champions I could think of. I came up with a whole like pretty much like an essay as to why I thought they were good picks, because I wanted my promo link to teach people how to understand team setup rather than just I want this legendary and I want this epic. It was more about this will teach any new player how to build a team. But yeah, maybe they would have shot Wixwell down, but they started on Deacon instead. They went, no, we don't do that anymore. Yeah, Ivan, having Wixwell wins raid, yes, but only if you can gear him to win raid. And I think that, you know, it's been so long, but when you're a very, very brand new player, you don't have the gear to make Wixwell any kind of useful. Tagoar, where'd you get a good promo link to start the game? Well, check out any Game Leap content creator. We've all got our own ones. Some of them we share. But I want to say there's a guy called SBZ. I'll write it in the chat. SBZ Game Leap. He's got a really good one. Mine's a good one. But every Game Leap creator has got their own promo link. Yes, sorry, Empire. I've got to start saying that now, haven't I? I'm going to start getting in trouble if I don't say Empire. So my promo link is Elenaril as the legendary with Fayne, Uugo and Tagoar as the level up epics. So Uugo is absolutely insane and Tagoar is also really, really, really strong. And I know one of the Game Leap guys has Nama with, I think it's also Uugo and I can't remember. I'd have to check in a minute. Stupid. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Game Leap are changing to back to ePire. They were ePire first. The thing that I found surprising recently from talking to Game Leap is that Game Leap no longer do World of Warcraft content, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, Tagoar, I'll have a look for you in a minute. Oh, get wrecked. Oh, I'm going to get fucked by Leorius, aren't I? Oh no, we've got Stone Skin. We're all right. Good. That was lucky. Okay. My promo link is... I don't even... This is so embarrassing. I don't actually have the legendary from my own promo link. But Elenaril, she's old school, but she is really cool if you're running a poison explosion style team. So this would be your legendary. It would have been better if you had Xenomorph with the last login champion. And then you get Fayne, which I believe is she Skinwalkers or Ogryn tribes? She's Ogryn. No, she's Skinwalkers. Yeah, you get Fayne, who's like one of the original clan boss Demon Lord takedown champions. She's really, really cool. And then back to Ogryn tribes, we've got Uugo, who is a legendary. I know she's not very pretty. And I know that you probably would kick her out of bed for eating crackers, but that is one hell of a champion right there. She is basically a mini legendary. Oh yeah, good point, second. The new login does have poison, so Elenaril would pair quite nice. But yeah, Uugo is like your block buffs and decreased defense. That's kind of covering most things with a bit of a heal, and she's got a very conditional revive. And then I think from the orcs, we've got Tagoar. Where are you? Who is a full team revive, which is actually really good for a epic that's not a void. So it's actually a really, really strong promo code. The only reason I don't like my promo link is I'm not massive on the legendary. But once again, that's because I don't have her, so I've never used her. I'm sure if it was one that I had, I would be blowing the trumpet hard. But yeah, as Ivan said, Fayne is one of the best progression Demon Lord epics that you can get. And as second said, with Ezio, he does have poison. So that combined with Elenaril would pretty much equal very good clan boss progress quite quickly. So when we do the free-to-play, I am going to use my own promo link. Because even though I don't know Elenaril, I just think Fayne plus Uugo and Tagoar is insane. Wait, second, are you using Elenaril to clear Doom Tower? Wild, considering I've seen some of your account, champs. Because the only poison exploder I ever had was Xavier, and I've pulled so many copies of her. I might even have another one. Have I got another Xavier? Yeah, so I've pulled like 4 of them. But I always wanted a magic affinity poison exploder. Oh, yeah, okay, double Calvalax. That makes a bit more sense. Yeah, Eleanor's really good for Frost Spider. Hold on, I'm going to go back to gear cleansing for a little bit, and then we'll jump back into live arena because we've still got, what is it, 90 minutes until it... Yeah, still got like hour and a half. That's fine. Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, I think as B phrased earlier, you could argue that Tuhanarak is the best of the promo codes simply because she's a Void Legendary. Once again, I don't have her, but it is a champ that I wish I did have. She's basically Doom Priest on steroids. Is it the passive? Yeah, removing the random buff. That is a champ I would really, really like. I still think I'm going to go Wukong, but there is still a week, so I might change my mind. What I wish they would do is bring back some of the exclusive champs. Because I'm not going to try and pronounce her name, but the Archer. This was like the most game-changing champion that I've ever pulled on my account. And I've only just noticed that they've got this. I've never seen that before. Yeah, Andy, you use Nama. Again, I don't even know what faction Nama is in. You like Dark Elves? It's probably right in front of me, but I can't see her. Not Dark Elf. Demon? No. Undead, thank you. Oh, why am I being so blind? She's probably right in front of me. Is she? Wait a minute. Hold on, you lot are trolling me. Knight's Rev. She's got to be Knight's Rev. Yeah, she's right there. Yeah, I don't have Nama, so I don't even know. I've never even looked at her kit. Like the A1. Which at 75% is actually really good. See, because I don't know her, I don't know what she was before. I like the conditional heal, because it's 25% of her HP. I really like that when they put that on legendaries. 3 poison and 1 poison. Okay, yeah, fair enough. 3 turns. I'm going to guess that the A3 is what's changed. That's really solid. There's skin in the game. I like the little meat hook. Oh, I shouldn't say it. The hooks that she's got on her back. No, we're not going there. It's fine. Yeah, she looks decent. Yeah, proper Pinhead vibes. That's I thought of that when I saw her. She's just basically just angry boobs. Yeah, Andy, I can sense that as well. As Sunny just pointed out, you are cheating on Valkyrie. And just because Andy's in the stream and I know we're basically going to give him PTSD. Valkyrie. What a champ. Zen, no, I'm not done with the gear cleansing, mate. I just got distracted by Live Arena. Because I was trying to break it up a little bit. I think we made it as far as Savage, so we've got to cleanse Savage. And there's a lot of stuff in there. Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 Savage weapons I know I'm never, ever, ever going to need. We will go back to gear cleansing by popular request. Let me move my camera. There we go. Yeah, that's true, actually. You're now like Lydia obsessed, which is totally legit. Because I've got so much Savage, well, so many Savage weapons, I'm considering not keeping stuff that doesn't have speed. With the exception of maybe triples. Like that can go. Oh, it's hard. Keep the triple. Keep the triple. Speed, crit rate, crit damage, it's got to keep. Triple crit rate, we've got to keep. I feel like I've been through Savage before and couldn't actually find anything to delete. Quad speed. Right, let's get to the rare gone. Double crit rate, no speed, that can go. That can go. Triple crit rate, triple speed. Yeah, I think I've been through this before. What I'll do, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, guys. So I'm going to leave you with the ice golem. I will be back in like a minute or two max. Let's just roll that on a multi-battle. I'll be back. Oh, right. Sorry about that. Just in time. Lady Bazookas. Nice. Yeah, who doesn't love Lady Annabelle? Apart from Sunny. Right, back to Savage. Where is it? Okay. Let's roll this. We've still got Artifact Enhancement. Sell. I leave you lot for like 1 minute and you're talking about boobs. Oh, Sunny's got a favorite. This is more of an insight than we were ever going to get before. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Savage Helm. Now we're going to play the blame game, aren't we? Like, who started it? All I've got to do is scroll up and I will know who started it. Double defense. See, that's crap. That's not worth keeping. Double speed with HP and attack. There's no crit rate, no crit damage. You go in the bin. God, speed, flat attack, and crit rate. We'll come back to you. Triple crit rate, keep. Triple crit rate, keep. Speed, crit rate, crit damage, keep. Double crit rate, attack, and HP. That's a sell. That's also a sell. And technically, that's better than the others. Let's get rid of them. Yeah, I agree, player. It's not enough. If it was double crit rate, single crit damage, I'd probably keep it, but that's kind of crap. I agree. Also, this shield, I've been hanging on to this shield for a really long time. Triple defense, crit rate, crit damage, speed. It's kind of for one of those like maybe one day bits of gear. Keep it for now. That can definitely go. No crit rate, no damaging stats. Question for you second, because you're probably more strict with your gear than I am. When you get rolls that are just one in each, I find them really disappointing. And it kind of makes me want to get them gone. Yeah, I would agree. I think the first shield is good. The triple defense is good. I'm keeping that one. But when you get these like one single spread stat, I don't know, it doesn't really work for me. You'd keep it. I'll come back to it, see if there's anything. Because I prefer that double crit rate HP speed more than I do crit rate defense speed. I think I might actually delete it. I think this one is so much better, even though it's got resistance as the other stat. Double speed crit. It's kind of all the same. A lot of this gear is similar. Quad crit rate. That's a keep. Yeah, most of my Savage seems to be double defense, double crit rate. That's a keep. Triple speed crit rate. That's a keep. Triple crit rate. This one is basically a less good version of the other one. Keep it for now. And then that can go. Crit rate gloves. Double speed, double accuracy with HP percent. They're pretty mid, even on a good day. They've got to be a keep. Yeah, I've been binning off some crit rate gloves recently. I've probably got quite a lot of them still left on the account. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting to the point where every time I optimize and try and build a new DPS champion, it's not pulling from any of this gear. Which is kind of what made me think, right, shall I just make the optimizer's life easier and just start binning stuff off? Double crit rate on defense is good, but yeah, no, there's no point in selling that. Attack with, look at the rest of the stats. See, that I would sell. I know it's an attack chest with double speed, but attack with flat attack, flat defense, and HP. I've been holding on to it for too long. Yeah, Steve, you're right. If it's like, it's just not like the optimizer just doesn't grab it anymore. It's going in the bin. Yeah, I agree. SKB, Savage, Lethal is kind of taken over where it can. That's actually technically better as well, but it's 5-star. Yeah, that legendary is better than the epic. I kind of reserve Savage now for like champs that I feel like I should be using, but I'm kind of not. And question for chat, and it was only that I worked this out the other day. What was your first legendary? Because mine was Countess Lix. And I've actually started using her again recently, and she's super fun. I'm going to keep that and ascend it. If that ascends in speed, I'd probably keep it, but otherwise that's going in the bin. That's a keep, and that's a keep. Deliana, Truath, Hakorn. Interesting. Let's ascend these. If they ascend speed first time, I'll keep them. If they don't, no, more HP. Bin. Oh, I didn't mean to press. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, dickhead. What a waste of resources that click cost me. Shit. That was stupid. That was super trigger happy. I'm still going to delete them as well. Out of sight, out of mind. Let's move on to Destroy Set. And I am a huge fan of Destroy Set. Wait, you got a double Lego as your... Of course you did. If anyone got a double Lego for their first Lego, it was you. And yes, Andy, I know I sabotage pretty much at every turn. Oh, that was such a fucking fail. Yeah, I'm on my way to 1 billion silver. It's taking me a bit longer than I planned, but where are we? We're at Destroy. So I've got, 916 million silver. We are getting there. I'm a silver hoarder and apparently a Savage set hoarder. Triple speed, double speed with crit rate. I've got to keep it because it makes the set. Let's roll this one up. I want crit rate and I want speed. See, 400 mil is really solid. You'd be amazed at how many account takeovers I do where they've got like 3 million silver. They've got like 8 mythical champions and 3 million silver. Yeah, no, we don't want to talk to Steve about what he did with all of his silver. He's not ready to discuss it in public yet. Oh, this just became a very mid bit of gear. I'll keep it because, well, hoarding. That's a good pair of gloves. It will do. Crit rate gloves can go. Keep the crit damage. We'll keep the speed boots. And we'll get rid of those ones. Okay, destroy set done. Down to stun. I've already got 3 champions built in really good stun sets. They're really good. I know SKB is depressing. Like some of the accounts, you think you guys should be absolutely loaded, but they've got no resource whatsoever. They've got great champs, but no resource. That's a keep. That's also a keep. Triple crit damage. Good. Do it, second. Do it. I mean, and I'm being quite forgiving with my account. Sometimes I get really brutal and I just start deleting stuff that, you know, I'm never actually going to use it. It's just taking up space. How much silver have you got, Andy? I've never actually asked that. You're either in like proper chronic debt or you're actually like high rolling. Oh, all these are really defensive. I want some offensive stats. Quad resistance. Why did I keep that? Still keeping it. Triple speed. Double speed defense. That can go. HP gloves with speed, double resistance, but flat attack and flat HP. They can get sold. I'm never going to use them. Crit damage gloves, good. With crit rate, we like that. Accuracy chest, but with only 1 roll in speed. That's crap. And we'll keep the boots. $25 mil, pretty good, Andy. I don't think he's joined the live, but I've never seen such a big silver fluctuation than on Dav's account. One day I log in and he's on like 150 mil silver, and the next day I log in and he's got less than 1 mil. Sell the rare. Keep the helm. We need to make sets. That's one of those horrible 1 roll into each and makes me just not want to keep it. Yeah, we'll keep the triple crit rate version. Sucks to delete a mythical, but HP percent, speed, accuracy, resistance is good. 2 flat stats, they can go in the bin. That's the thing, isn't it? Second, it does. Yeah, gear like that just does become irrelevant. I still haven't got over that pair of boots I linked in our Discord last night. They were so close to being perfect until they rolled double flat defense. Ugh. I'm actually seething about that still. Probably would keep crit rate gloves in Toxic on the off chance I ever need to do something like that. And I might take those to 16. Let's try it. Do not give me attack. I want speed. Get speed. Thank you very kindly. I'll take that. Yeah, SKB. One thing I haven't touched on this stream is I've got to go through my accessories, and that's where all my silver's going to go. It probably would help to roll every accessory I've got to at least level 8 and then start going through it. But one of the reasons I've got so much silver is because I don't roll my accessories until I actually need them. Happy New Year, Kyle. Welcome to the stream. I think I'm going to delete that chest. That is kind of crap. Single speed, double flat defense with attack, crap. Bin. And we'll keep those. On to provoke. You probably only need one provoke set on your entire account. Yeah, Andy, I do that as well. I just, because if I was to, what are we on? We're on provoke. I've got 1577 and most of it is unrolled. Like all of that unrolled. All of that. It's only when I actually need to put a build together do I start rolling it up. No, I roll gear because it's cheaper. That can go. So it's that weapon, 16 speed versus 15. This one goes. 21 speed, keep. Double crit rate with single speed, keep. Double speed crit rate, double crit rates, no speed. That's not a very good shield. Oh, but it kind of is. That's better. Yeah, I wish I've come up with a few like suggestions for how to fix accessories, but I still think the best thing that Raid could do is remove sets from accessories and replace them with tokens. Kind of similar to how we use the reroll system. So maybe you get one chance on a bit of accessory. So every accessory you pull is standard, not locked to a set. And Plarium can be dicks and sell us like set tokens. So when you do Hydra, it drops standard accessories, but it drops protection and stone skin tokens. And you can apply those to bits of accessories that you already like. I think that would be the cleanest fix for accessories, but you only get to do it once, or maybe you get one reroll. I actually see that as an absolute win for Plarium, and it makes organization from our part a lot easier. So that you choose what set an accessory becomes. I wish they would do that. Oh, I've got some really shit provoke gear. Yeah, fair point, second. I just, when I see the mixed sort of spread stats, we get one in each, I just think, oh, this is just that bit of gear that probably the optimizer just ignores. Or just take accessories out of the game. No, I can't live without my speed or my banner. That's got provoked down a little bit. Retaliation, my second favorite reason to go into Ice Golem. Triple speed, keep. Triple crit rate, keep. Triple accuracy, sell. We can get accuracy really easy nowadays. So it's double speed, crit rate, crit damage versus double speed, crit damage, attack. I'm going to go with the other one. Roll that up, see. Oh, no, shit. We'll sell it. And sell that. Quad crit rate, good. Double speed, accuracy, crit rate, crit damage, good. Gloves, mythical. They're good. Can't delete those. And get rid of the crit rate ones. Whenever I do account takeovers, one of the first things I do is a gear cleanse. Otherwise, I spend most of my day watching the optimizer just spaz out, wondering what to do. I think I'll keep avenging. Can anyone actually think of a reason to use avenging except for maybe going up against a Calvalax? Even then, you're not ignoring defense, so maybe 4-piece avenging, 4-piece whatever the stone breaker or whatever it's called. Good man, Andy. Like Plarium, they're really good at putting DPS in front of you, and I noticed it on my girlfriend's brand new account. One of the first quests you get is to, I think it's to upgrade. Hold on, we're on avenging. When you go to the Great Hall, you can't pass the quest unless you put 1 point in attack for these 3 here. And all of the login champions, like by and large, login champions are going to be attack champions. Most of the fusions are attack champions. Anytime they do an advert, like a promo advert, they advertise attack champions. And when I do takeovers, I see a lot of new players fall into the trap of, oh, I must build everything attack. If I reference once again back to Dav's account, which I do a lot of takeovers on, if you go to his accessories, then when you click, what's it called, amulet, like he's got, I don't know, 700 amulets and 699 of them are crit damage. There's something about this game pushes you towards attack champions and DPS, when in fact, I think support is like way more important. It's so much easier to build 10 support champions than it is to build 10 attack champions. Every time you build an attack champion, the next one gets weaker, the next one gets weaker, and so on and so forth. And yeah, you're right, Andy, Donnie changed everything. He was my favorite fusion of 2025, and also Hatter and Donnie were just top tier. But yeah, in the new game you can DPS Zerg everything until you can't, and if you've only followed the attack champion DPS principle, you end up stuck. So Raid are really good at pushing attack champions on you, except for the ones that we actually need. People need a Lizardmen attack champion to plug the gap in faction wars, but they won't give it to us. They would give us a Lizardmen support, but they wouldn't give you... I think they know exactly what they're doing. And yeah, second, like, Donnie is amazing. Every time I try and do a showcase video for a champ on, like, anything, really, I try and always bring Donnie in. He's just incredibly versatile and very easy to keep alive. Yeah, very strong Fabian counter. I might actually consider rebuilding my Donnie. I've only got him in this gear because it's what I did for like a how to build him video. And I've kind of never touched him since. And for some reason, he's in 4-piece supersonic. That wasn't intentional. It's just kind of how the build came out. But yeah, I use him everywhere. I'm using him in the event dungeon at the moment as well. I really like Donnie. He's kind of one of the best of 2025. Ooh, we have gear that we haven't rolled. One thing I might consider doing for next week's stream is building a turtle team. I know it's like a bit late now because we've kind of moved past it, but oh, what a crap roll. Delete. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to build a 4 turtle team for Siege. Purely built around Leo to just be an absolute menace. And does anyone actually use April? Like, I fluke pulled her from a shard. I think I leveled her to 60, but I've never touched her. She's been in the vault ever since. There you go. Who? No one fucking uses April. Oh, I didn't even level her to 60. I didn't even take... Oh, no, I did take her to 6-star. But I remember when I first looked at her kit and I thought, oh, on paper, she looks really good. But I'd never see her in the arena. I know she's got like Nullify and Seal. But I don't know. She seems like a complete waste of a shard pool. Right, let's finish Stalwart, and then I'm going to have to give a trigger warning to second because we're going to have to cleanse through the reflex. Which I'm sure he's going to tell me to just delete everything without even looking at it. Triple speed, good. Triple or quad defense. I guess you've got to keep a quad defense whether you'd ever use it or not. Crit rate, double defense. No, actually, second. I think Moo hates reflex more than you do. No, I've just been hyping it up because I'm so sick of farming dungeons for nothing. I think reflex gives me the best gain, like for energy spent. I'm quite happy with my stalwart gear. Let's move to reflex. I don't want to delete any of this. I love this set. Plus, I haven't shut up about it for like 3 weeks now. Stage 20 normal, it probably is. Fucking Ice Golem. Whoever at Plarium decided to fix Newt, one day I will shake their hand. I kind of don't want to delete any. I'm going to delete that bit. That's crap. And as is that. And that. Okay, maybe I will delete some. That's not very good, is it? Let's delete that one and probably that one. Maybe. Definitely that one. And that one. But not that one because it's reflex and I can't bear to part with it. Let's roll it up, see what happens. Speed, very nice. On the next bit of unrolled gear, I will make you lot play the gear roll game because why not? What am I vaping? I don't know, some fucking horrible shit, but it's lemon and lime. It's the only vape flavor I actually like. But it's just to stop me smoking, even though it's exactly the same thing, probably worse. Double crit rate speed, I'll take it. Yeah, it's a disposable, but it's one of the comes with a refill thing. So it's just cheap and they sell them. I live like 10 doors down from a shop. So they sell them really cheap. That's the only reason I do them. If I had my way, I wouldn't smoke at all. I would just smoke weed, but I couldn't stream and make videos for Raid if I was stoned. They would be the most boring, unenthusiastic videos ever. A bit like alcohol, I can't really handle it like I used to. So vape is my new little... It's like a fidget spinner for an adult. That's all it really is. Andy, you mentioned that. So today I've been like, I should have been recording videos, but I kind of just needed a reset day. and I watched Sin City, I watched Beavis and Butthead Do America, and I watched the South Park movie. I just needed a day of not being an adult. Oh, turns out I can delete quite a bit of reflex. That can go. 25. I couldn't do 25 episodes of Pokemon. Not a chance. They're crap. That can stay. That can. Oh, it pains me, but I'm going to delete that. And that. I'm going to keep the single spread stat. This is weird. Okay. Okay, well, that was actually me being quite brutal with reflex. And we've got it down quite a fair chunk. On to curing. For some reason, I like this set. I don't know why, because it's crap, but I actually really like it. Still the 5 stars. Never. Not until I get 6 stars, and then I'll sell all the 5 stars. Even though, where is it? No, fine. Just for you, mate, I will sell this one because it's got lower speed than the other. But that's as much as you're going to get me to dent the reflex. Okay, curing. Who in 2026 wants a curing set? Does anyone want curing in 2026? Bogoth, yeah, that's not a bad shout. I think if I look at equipped, this might be embarrassing. Who have I got curing on? Yeah, I've actually got curing on Vogoth. And also, what's her name? Estrid from Sylvan Watchers. And I think I've got Rector in curing. Yeah, so I've got Rector, Vogoth, and Estrid. Estrid, whatever her name is. The Easter Bunny chick. Dark Gara, I recommend trying to do it free to play. It is an option. You don't absolutely have to spend money in this game. I would spend money on my main, but probably not an alt. I'm sure I had a valid reason for putting it on Estrid. I think it was to do with Hydra. And this would have been a long time ago. Yeah, she's still got it equipped, but I don't actually use her anymore. And is it the passive every time she's healed? Oh no, whenever her turn meter increases or an ally, then they all get healed. So I probably used it for Hydra to kind of counter the destroy HP. Triple speed, that's better than that. That's better. So we get rid of that one. Double speed, crit rate versus damage. So the epic is better. Yeah, what Second just said there is spot on. Like, if you just throw money at the wall in this game, I don't know if you'd actually get anywhere. And Ivan, I agree. I think the free login legendary for Assassin's Creed looks like the best of them. Maybe with the exception of that Void one because of the passive. That passive looks weird. Double speed versus double 17. Quad crit rate. Let's get rid of that one. Keep the gloves. Both actually quite good. I'll keep both of them. And now we can roll. Cool, right. Gear cleanse game. Chat, rank the stats. You know the rule by this point. And we will consider the fact that it is also in a curing set. So this is quite a weird bit of gear. And how long have we got for live arena? Because I might have to jump back into that in a minute. Triple speed or bin? That was the right answer. Yep, same with Ivan. And Andy, Mercurial, yeah, it looks really interesting, but I haven't actually tested it yet. But I will allow it one roll that's not speed, and that was probably the worst one. No, maybe not the worst, but it was up there. 8, if it doesn't go speed, it goes bin. Yeah, it goes in the bin. We are not wasting any more silver tonight. We'll keep the chest and we'll keep the boots. Down onto Cruel. Can anyone make a 9-piece Mercurial that actually means the champion is any good? Because I can't at the moment. I really want to try, after my Lamassu video, I really want to try her in pretty much a 9-piece. Yukimasa. I've actually already forgotten who that is. Hold on. Oh, what is in the new fusion, Yukimasa? Why am I being blind? I'm in the wrong faction. Where is he? There he is. Nine-piece Noel. That makes a lot of sense. I have never actually used Noel. I've got her, but I've never used her, which is probably kind of criminal because I see her in arena all the time. I'd maybe consider like a 4-piece on use. So I've got it in my head that Mercurial as a replacement for Stone Skin. I know they're not comparable, but in terms of how you would build the champion. So if you run out of Stone Skin gear, could you then just go Mercurial lethal? Or, so on and so forth. Yeah, like you say, Steve, it's the reapplying that I think makes it interesting. Ooh. Speed is good. Let's have more speed, please. Crit rate speed would be ideal. Rest of the stats kind of suck. Crit rate speed, we get it. Oh, the resistance just fucking ruins it. I'm probably going to sell that because this one is better. Double crit rate, but that's a very high roll of crit rate. I'll take that. 5-star, but it's got really good stats. Keep it. Yeah. Steve, with what you're saying, because I tend to keep a lot of like high res gear. So I think with Mercurial, it might actually make a lot of sense. It's kind of like a good bit of gear, but also it's really not. Keep it for now. Triple speed, keep. Double crit rate speed with HP percent. Kind of got to keep it. Double speed crit rate is kind of got to be kept. I think I've been through cruel before. Quad accuracy, what a weird roll. I can't actually think who I would put that on. Thanks for joining, Sonny. I've just seen the time as well, 2:30. I'm probably not going to be on that much longer. Yeah, rework the quad. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to rework the quad if it's not reworked already. But thank you for joining, Sonny. I'm sure I will see you in Discord. Yeah, second, you're right. We're going to rework the quad. And watch me get like flat HP. I know it's already been reworked. God knows what it was before, but that is the result of a rework. Now I don't know whether to keep it or not. Save it for a rainy day. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that popped into my head was, oh shit, what's her name? Was Mithrala and Empress. Triple crit rate. Actually, my cruel gear is pretty good. I guess you can be really rough with cruel because you get it every day. Crit damage, no speed versus those that have got speed and crit rate. But it is ascended to more. We'll keep those. Get rid of them. Joan, yeah, she's the one that's accuracy. No, she's resistance attack, isn't she? Build Empress. I know. I'm not big on my Empress build. I actually like most of what I've kept from Cruel, except for those 2 pair of gloves. Immortal's easy. If it doesn't have a triple speed or a double, it's kind of crap. SKB, I think she's resistance and attack. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I was just checking some Discord messages. Okay, Immortal. There's no point in keeping crit rate. Triple res, good. Double speed, good. Double speed, but with attack and HP, that can go in the bin. Triple speed, single HP, good. That's all right. Keep the shield to make a set. Gloves are kind of crap. Those 5 stars are better. And now the completely pointless arena sets. We're 229. Hold on, we stayed at Divine Offensive. 30 minutes. I'm probably not going to do any more live arena. I don't want to ruin my night. That's going to be tomorrow's job. We're going to keep the gear cleanse. Quad attack. Yes, you've got to keep it. I think I pulled a 4-star with the recent soul event for Empress, which really, really helped the build. I'm not feeling that bit of gear. Triple crit rate keep. Triple speed keep. Triple crit rate keep. I feel like I've been through my gear before, and there's certain bits of gear that are really hard to let go of because they just tick certain boxes. keep that to make sets. Divine Speed, it's basically a speed set, so if it hasn't got double speed or at least a triple, it goes in the bin. Double is good. Speed main. 5-star can go. Okay, here's a question for chat, because I'm sure that I saw a video on YouTube, but I never actually watched it, where someone said something about swift parry accessories. It might have been Shinny, but that's the first I've heard of it. And that would actually be pretty disgusting if it was a real thing. I don't know if that's a real thing, so anyone let me know if it is. Is it actually coming? Damn. That is a weird choice that they picked on one of the oldest sets. That's very weird. They're going to make it a variable set? Because, actually, when you think about it, because I learned this the hard way, if you go to your forge and craft gear, if we ignore swift parry and deflection, if you select any 5 to 6 star, it will cost you 5 Magisteel per craft. 5 Magisteel, all of these, doesn't matter which one I click on, even the pay to win sets, they're 5 Magisteel per craft. If you select deflection, it's 50 per craft. If you select swift parry, it's 50 per craft. And considering, well, deflection is crap, then to be able to actually craft a variable set, I would expect the cost to be higher than 5. So maybe that might explain why they have never changed it. Maybe it is just in the works and that's the thing. Because from a crafting perspective, I thought they can't allow you to craft a variable set. That would just lend such an unfair advantage to people that have got a lot further in faction wars. But if you factor in 50 per craft, I mean, that's not going to last you very long. It's the difference between crafting 64 there or like 560 there. So it actually makes quite a lot of sense. But I wonder if that means that they would then consider making deflection set a variable, which might actually make it a good set. I don't really know how they would handle that without completely reworking how these two sets work. Because if we think of a 4-piece swift parry, it's 50% chance of unkillable. So would it be more of a percent chance of unkillable on a 9-piece? Or would 50... They couldn't make 50% the 9-piece because then everyone would be pissed off that they've been using a 4 set. Swift deflection. Yeah, combine the 2 sets. And Dark Gara, yes, I would pick the mage. I'd pick Kale. It depends how you want to build. I personally prefer Elhain because you don't need accuracy, but Kale is by far the best login, the best free starter champ. Like 100%, he's the best one. So they are, yeah. See, I would agree with that, SKB. I think they would keep it exclusively arena. It always has made me wonder why they haven't changed this, because that is expensive. And the only reason I know this is because I did a video on how to make more silver, and most players probably don't realize that they are sat on an absolute gold mine with level 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 crafts from Doom Tower sets. So I crafted all of the Doom Tower ones, and then I crafted all of the Swift Parry ones, and then wondered why I had no Magisteel left. And only then did I realize that the cost is like 10 times what it is for anything else. I'll be intrigued to know if there's any like reality to that rumor, because that would change things quite a bit. Because when I first started getting into Raid, everyone was using Swift Parry. I didn't know what to do in Raid. I was a noob. I didn't know anything. But I used to look at the character animations, and they used to flash with like a almost like a sort of spherical shield when you hit them and they didn't die, and then I found out that that was swift parry. So it kind of makes sense. Interest, so it's actually been confirmed. Damn. See, I'm the worst content creator because I don't read raid news. Because I think every content creator gets to a point where they join the Plarium program and then they become a news channel, not a guide channel. So I intentionally avoid news in raid for that, for kind of that reason. Yeah, Andy, I see it in tag as well. That's probably where I still see it the most, is Tag Team Arena. I'm going to keep my Swift Parry gear then, in that case, just in case. Resilience gear, what a load of rubbish. But keep the triple speed. Perception, best set in the game, hands down, because it's free. Not for endgame, but for everyone else. Right, what are we looking for in perception? Speed and accuracy. So we might be able to get rid of some gear that doesn't have that, even at risk of deleting triples. If I want to do crit damage, I will pull in an ignore defense set. So I'll set a rule. If it doesn't have at least one speed and at least one accuracy, I will get rid of it. That can go. That can stay. Stay. But I will keep triple speed even if there is no accuracy. That, well, it's a shame, but it can go. I'll get more. Triple accuracy is 5-star cell. That's better. That's a cell. Let's check my camera, make sure I wasn't in the way then. Yeah, I've actually got tons of perception gear that would be really good stats for like savage, lethal, but it's just kind of not. Thanks for joining, SKB. Nice to see you. I will be streaming every Sunday night unless I put up some sort of post that says otherwise. But Sunday's kind of my free night. That is raid night. Thank you for joining. That's boring, that bit of gear, that can go. I must admit, me saying that I was going to whittle my gear down by about 500 pieces has fallen flat on its face because I've only gone over just over 100. Speed accuracy, good. That can go. That can go. Well, a bit more than 12, Andy. Come on, man. So I started with 1,342. So I've done something. But I was planning on being a lot more brutal than I have been. I am a hoarder. 100% raid hoarder confirmed. No speed on that. It's a cell. That's a crap bit, yeah. Yeah, they were, Steve. They're the easy ones. Maybe what I said earlier about not letting anyone on my account because I'd be worried they'd delete everything, maybe I should let someone do it. As long as they don't delete builds I've already made. That's because, Andy, like, it's you don't have to suffer the consequence. Like, it's why I watch other people cleanse, because then I don't have to. That's not a very good bit of gear, is it? Triple resistance is nice with flat HP attack on a defense, but no. Let's stop coping it. Let's just sell it. Accuracy with speed and resistance and crit rate. Thank you. That's crap. Oh, let's do the boots. I've been hoarding boots on this account. And you're right, Steve. You have to be brutal if you want to get to 1 billion silver. And I did say to myself I'd do it by New Year. But it didn't happen. If I got the Ascension on these to speed, they would be awesome. I'll keep them. And how many rerolls have I done? None. Wait, no, hold on. 7. Look how much resource I've thrown at this pair of boots to try and make them good. Can't bring myself to delete them. Can't do it. Can't do it. They're good. Good. They're crap. They can be sold. They're good. Tack boots with speed ascension, triple crit rate. Keep. They can go. And they can stay. Affinity Breaker, criminally underrated set. But I've already got champs built in it, so this is probably all offset gear. Yeah, we got Necmo, Archer, and Uugo in Affinity Breaker. And go. We're actually quite good. That's a good helm. Speed accuracy, crit damage, flat HP. That's kind of crap. Andy, the key is to just, if you want to get good at raid, just watch someone else fail and then go, yeah, I'm never going to do that. And that's how you get good at anything in life, really. So, like, watch me do live arena and go, yeah, don't do that. And then as long as you don't do that, you'll succeed. Frostbite, love it. It was actually Shinny that got me hooked on Frostbite. It's a very weird set, but it kind of works because it's a 2-piece. I'm going to keep everything I've got. See, just don't do live arena. I know, but I made a promise, didn't I? And I don't have many regrets in life, but saying that live on stream, immortalized on the internet, now I regret saying it. Oh, lethal set. Hard to delete. Might come back to it. I don't know if I've got it in me to delete lethal at the moment. Yeah, I'm skipping lethal and I'm moving on. Protection, easy. If it doesn't have speed, sell it. No speed. That's got speed. Okay, there might be some good roll potential in here. Yes, Andy, that's exactly what I do every time I do it. Especially if you focus on the number at the top. And then you just start either rage deleting or quitting. Okay, chat, you know the drill. Stat priority. Go. Yeah, speed ac. That's probably the best. With protection, if I don't have double speed, I tend to sell it, regardless of what the other stats are. We get speed ac, we'll take it to 12. But yeah, I'm going to need to... I would say triple speed or bin as well. Now, I mean, now it's definitely bin. I think for a bit of gear like that, because of the flat HP just ruining it, I think the only thing that would have made me like it is a triple speed. And the only reason I'm rolling it is because it's artifact enhancement. I haven't done it yet. We get speed again. This is now like, it needs to just be speed, because this is not a very good bit of gear. Plus, it's only 5-star. No, I'm cutting my losses at 8. It's not worth the money. Yeah, I think you get to a point where, I mean, it doesn't have to have triple speed, but if it had resistance, HP percent, and I only got a single speed, I might even consider keeping it, but nah, it needs doubles. See, that's a sell. There's just no redemption for certain bits of gear. Like I've said in my latest videos, don't spend millions of silver trying to make something that it's not, because you will just waste. So this is speed or bin. Nah, bin. This is good. I just want speed HP. Andy, I'm doing the fusion, kind of begrudgingly, because I don't like her, but just for the fact that it's a new faction champion. Yeah, Steve, that's pretty legit, is to just sell 5s from regular sets. Go on, give me speed. Nah, see. And it's not a bad bit of gear, but it's just not good enough. And then on protection, I mean, you wouldn't want that set of stats, so it'd have to be probably triple crit rate or double crit rate single speed and maybe use it for something else. Not crit damage. Take it to 8, but it's going in the bin. Yeah, that's rubbish. Yeah, Andy, I was watching videos of her actually in the Assassin's Creed game. She looks wicked, but in Raid, they've made her kind of weird. These rolls. Ah, that's complete dog shit bit of gear. Well, we 249. So I'm going to probably finish the stream in 10 minutes, only because I've got to get up like 7 o'clock, which is not my idea of a good time. Just like this bit of gear. It's really good. It's actually a really good bit of gear, but it's just not good enough. I should have checked how much silver I had at the beginning, because I think I've got more silver than when I started. Oh, the rolls. Why are you doing me like that? This, I just want speed defense. Stop giving me accuracy. So it gives me accuracy. Oh. Tell you what, I'm so fucked off with rolling that I am going to make my room angry. No, I started with over 900, Steve. Just over. Hold on, let's make the room more angry. Go. Yeah, red for I'm pissed off with gear rolling. That's better. I think I had like 910 when I first... 911. Okay. And we once again get double accuracy. Dog shit rolls. No speed. No speed. Normally I love gear rolling, but I've spent most of today making videos of gear rolling tips. So I'm a little bit over it now. Oh, I thought we'd get triple speed, but that I will keep that. Speed, good. Just give me defense and resistance and not attack. Good. More speed. Triple speed. Come on, give us a quad. Go on. No, but defense, that's fine. I will keep that. Nice. Finally, something we can keep. Worst stat. Yeah, 8 million, not bad for a night's work. I wish it was real money. I would stream every night. And I would probably do things I shouldn't do for money. Rolling is not being kind tonight. So you laugh, Andy, but I know you'd do exactly the same. See, Steve, you're getting it now. You understand. No, what an absolute dump bit of gear. Can't even bring myself to roll that because I know what's going to happen. Nice, mythical speed boots. What's the bet? We get flat defense. You know we're getting flat defense. I know we're getting flat defense. Accuracy, not bad. Double accuracy. So far, so good. Accuracy crit rate is all I want. Crit rate, good. Take it to 16. Go on. Damn, okay, that's all right. I wouldn't use them in protection, but that's a decent pair of boots. Yeah, I'm looking for speed ascension here. We get flat defense, but I'm keeping them because they're really good. They are really, really good. Steve, thanks for joining again, mate. I'm sure I will see you in Discord when you wake up in the land of 1 second. You're so bad. Fine. when you wake up in the land of freedom. Second, I hate you, but I'm going to love you if it actually goes to speed. Go on. I'm just going to say nothing. Ugh. Okay. I'm well happy about that. Speed. Wicked. Good pair of boots. We like that. Oh, I know I should listen to you more often, but I just actively try not to because you're always right. Just wish that had happened on that pair of sexy speed boots I got yesterday. Yeah, that was a proper dirty speed roll. I love it. I'm not going to roll that because that's only 4 speed. That's crap. Mythical speed rolls. Resistance, okay. Speed, resistance, and defense, please. Not attack. Ugh. No. Bin. Anything left unrolled? There isn't. Now I've got to actually cleanse it. Triple speed, no speed. Double speed, good. Triple accuracy. Kind of bored of accuracy now. In fact, I've got somewhere I can use that. Yeah, I mean, Andy, I probably will destroy a lot of builds, but I will always save them as presets. I won't just delete stuff and leave you kind of high and dry. Although, as I said it like second one over, because I was ranting at him yesterday about it. When I did my Lamassu video, I made either 6 or 7 gear presets, and when I loaded up my presets, they're all gone. Like, all of them are gone. Like, I spent hours in the optimizer building them, and for some reason they've disappeared, so I don't know what that's all about, but that's freaking annoying. That's kind of made me a little bit nervous about gear presets again. Yeah, I find it, I've never had it happen when I've had more than one preset, but sometimes I'll make a preset just to flip some gear around and then I go back and it's gone. And it's really annoying. Interesting. Okay, so it's not just me. Triple speed, we like. They're crap. They can go. Triple speed, good. What's the ascension? Flat. They could be reworked. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. And pretty good. Okay, so we've deleted like, I can't maths right now, but like 200 bits of gear, I guess. I will take it. I'm not going to continue because the next one is Stone Skin, and that is probably a whole freaking live stream in itself. I think I'm going to cut my losses at Protection, and I still need to go through Lethal. Oh, gear cleansing is long. Let's just burn that energy in the event dungeon. Okay, so I'm going to probably end the stream in a few minutes. If anyone's got any inappropriate jokes, I'm all ears. or if they've got any questions while I'm still here, feel free. Maybe like not too inappropriate on the jokes in case my stream gets dinged, but I'm all here for it. Also, I don't know if anyone in has ever played World of Warcraft, but I've only just noticed the background for the event dungeon really reminds me of one of the raids, and I think it was called Ulduar, which was part of Wrath of the Lich King. And that background is very, very similar, very familiar. Yeah, well, Andy, there's like a few different ways that you can play Stone Skin, basically because of becking Live Arena. Yeah, you've got like your kind of debuffer, high speed, high accuracy. Then you've got your damage builds, which are obviously crit rate, crit damage, speed. You've got that UDK style, you know, slow ass tank. And then you've got just like fast tank build. So it's not easy. Yeah, I think one's at Aboro. Aboro's there. Have I got enough energy to do it again? I do. Hold on, we'll do it and pause it. Who is there? That's Aboro, and then is that Ailil, or whatever his name is on that side? That's Corvus, as you can see his little freaky plague mask. I can't quite work out who's in the background there. It might be Arbiter. Is it Arbiter? And then I can't tell who's in the very far background. I don't think Madame Ceres is on there. Not that I can see. That's a Boro there. Yeah, I'm actually not sure who that is. It might be Cantra or Arbiter. That one's a Boro because it's got the big hat and the weird spiky feather thing that sticks out of it. I think that might be Ailil, the Void legendary from Sylvan. I can't see who's behind there. Just a bit too far away. Yeah, anyone that played World of Warcraft during Wrath of the Lich King, this actually feels really familiar. Okay, we're going to get this down, and that is it. I think that's where I'm going to call the stream, guys. Yes, Andy, I 100% wish they would do that. I think putting Chronophage in this was a bit of a piss take because it feels like it's been a long time since we've had good pinpoint access. So yeah, I thought it was a bit meh that they decided to go with Chronophage again. Not that Chronophage is bad, it's a really good set, but pinpoint is better. Did we get the fragments for doing the artifact upgrade? Not quite, but we're nearly there. When does it end? I'm not going to sleep and miss it. Nope, still got time. Done training. Coalition can go just do its thing. Cool. I think I'm going to call it there, guys. I think that's pretty much... Wait, hold on a second. Are you going to say Chronophage? Because I agree that it's really good. I just think Pinpoint's better. Or maybe I'm looking at Pinpoint purely from the perspective of maybe more champions could use it. I'm sure I had Donny. No, I took it off. I did have him in 4. But I've got quite a lot of Chronophage gear, I think. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh no, I deleted it. No, My bad. Maybe I will farm a little bit more event dungeon this month then. But I will take your PvP advice because you're a crap load better at it than I am. But yeah, I'm calling the stream there, guys, because like I say, I've got to get up in like 3.5 hours. So thank you very much for joining and watching me do the fucking delight that is gear cleansing that we all love. Yeah, that's enough raid for one day. Thank you all so much for joining. I should have part 2 of that gear quiz video that might be coming out tomorrow, which is going to be all about accessories, which is not as exciting as the first video because I had to caveat everything after all of the people came out to tell me that my first video was wrong. So yeah, if we get it edited in time, that'll be out tomorrow. If not, I might try and stream Thursday this week as well as Sunday. That's what's up. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too, Andy. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a good night all and happy raiding. Night, guys.